It's your boy All-Star Geek here. So this is my movie review of The Quiet Place, Day One, which is this freaking movie. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's just me, but I never seen any of the other movies, so this one hit a little different. It was quiet and beautifully made. Like the aesthetic of it all, the jump scares really get you because the whole thing is quiet. So the one time there's noise, the freaking jump scare got me. I was like, my heart's racing. You got me. So so it starts off. You have a little circle group full of people talking about their experiences, and you slowly see again. Spoiler alert! Full spoilers as always. Spoiling the movie. You've been warned. So the opening. You see all these bunch of characters. We meet our protagonist. She's out there. Everybody's doing her little speech talking about all kinds of cancer. So it's a hospice, little hospital. They're making jokes. So at first she makes a lot of jokes about like I could be dead in any minute. Things like cancer. Certain people with like diseases make fun of like So at first like it was pretty like it's funny like ha ha ha, she's being funny, but later on when you're watching the movie you understand like this after she meets Joseph Quinn's character Eric, they go to her apartment after everything happened, and they find a little notebook and find out like, the doctor says I have a year to live. The doctor says I have 46 months. It's been 46 months, so she literally at any moment can die. Her whole body's on fire. She needs like these special medical little bandages that soak up her pain so she can survive. And like her whole body's like intense, like she's shaking, she can't control it. The whole body heat is like, you can just sense like the pain she's going through. And so that's again, it's a beautiful scene when you find everything out. Like it's very emotional and impactful, but it's a good movie. So it's like we're gonna go into the city. They're on the outskirts of New York City. So in some kind of hospice little house out in the countryside. And they're like, we're gonna go into the city. And she's like, I'll go only if I can get a slice of pizza. Oh, we have pizza in the commissary. Do you eat that pizza? No, exactly. It's not real pizza. I will go only if we get real pizza. So they go to this little puppet show. She has a little cat with her. Like this little kid is looking at her. She's just like just vibing. She's like, yep, this is not for me. So she goes to the bodega, which I've been to New York City only one time. I'm not some J-Lo's been like, if you know, you know. No. They went to the bodega. I saw a cat. I'm like, it's funny that I never saw a cat when I went to the bodegas there. That's just me personally from the time I went to New York City. She's a cat, gets a little candy bar, gets a little snack, and leaves. And then out of nowhere, you just hear the guy, like the little hospice guy, the main character, like the caretaker, like, we gotta go, like we gotta go right now. We gotta get everybody. You can just see in the background, freaking like airplanes coming in, little meteorites in the background. And you can sense the situation that's coming. So she's like, through the whole movie, cinema, the whole everything, the angles, you see her like she's all alone. She doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't try to, make friends or anything. She's just, I'm here, I'm doing my thing. The only person I need is my cat, and that's it. Leave me alone. And then, she gets out of the bus, she sees that everything's going on, and then big cloud of smoke, she's lost, she doesn't know what's going on. She gets knocked down, boom, passes out. Wakes up, everybody's gone. Total deserted island situation. She goes, she finds like little like refugee thing inside the theater that she was in. She was looking for a cat, and this freaking cat man puts her into a whole bunch of situations that she like probably wouldn't survive. Her and Eddie Munson over here. Like, this freaking cat is reckless, man. He goes straight into the monsters. He makes straight up noise, trying to, get the attention of the monster. I'm like, somebody get that freaking cat. Very, very suspenseful. And again, it's always quiet. So you see how these monsters have little things inside their body that can hear vibrations. They open up the face and everything. And the way they're just communicating with each other. The tentacle is freaking intense. It's scary. It's like, it's unnerving. But, it's a nice little movie. So the whole situation, she's like, okay, well, I want a slice of pizza. Everyone's like looking at her like, are you like what? Are you serious? Like everything that's going on, you want to get a slice of pizza? I don't care. I'm gonna get a slice because as far as I see it, it's the end of the world, and I'm gonna get a slice. Peace. So that's what she says to the character. Everybody she meets, she's like, I'm gonna get a slice. So you see them break down the bridge, collapse it. This one dude's losing his mind. He's like, oh my God, we're trapped. And they're trying to like shut him up. Like, dude, just shut up. Like, don't make noise because, the monster's going to come. And they're just, and the dude's like not fighting. He's having a panic attack. You can see him like crying. He's like, and he dies. They just suck the air right out of him. He dies in there. And it's like, how it begs the question, like, how would you react to this situation? Because everything, whether it be horror movie, whether it be a scary ride, whether it be, hanging out with friends, jump scares, you're going to make noise. You're going to be like, So you can't even be a human and react. You had to be dead quiet. You had to be stone-faced. So this is a pretty intense situation. Like, it asks the question, how would you react to this situation? Would you act human and scream? Or would you tape your mouth shut? Me personally, I would tape my mouth shut. I would be like, And so she goes out. She sees another character, Eddie Munson character. They're making an announcement. These creatures cannot survive on water. Go down to the waterfront. We will send you a boat. Be careful. Be underground. And may God have mercy on all of you. So she's trying to go. She's going with a little cat. She's going to go look for supplies. She's like, I'm not going to get on that boat. I'm going to go get my pizza, and I don't really care what happens. So she goes to the bodega, the same bodega from earlier, grabs some food for her cat and a couple of snacks for herself for the road. So she goes, she's just enjoying, she's feeding her cat. There's an intense scene with the cat food where she's just like, and like it just sounds like nails on a chalkboard super loud, even though it's not. But like, since it's so dead quiet, you just hear. She opens it. She sees this little kid under like this little fountain, and the same candy bar she had from earlier. She gives it to them. Like they eat that up, like they were starving, and she takes them back to the boat, and that's when all hell breaks loose because they come down. Boom, cars are going off. Monsters are coming in, eating all of them. They run. That's where she meets Eddie Munson's character. Sorry, Joseph Quinn, Eric. They meet each other. They talk. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just a British man. My family's out there in England. I'm out here by myself." And like, I forgot that dude has an accent. Like, that's his actual like normal speaking voice. I was like shocked. I was like, why is Eddie Munson talking with a fake British voice? That took me out of the blimey. Maybe that's what I'm about to say. So then they meet each other, and he's like, I don't want to die. Like, I don't want to be by myself. Like, I'll be with you. She's like, he looks him dead in the freaking face. He's like, I'm gonna get a slice. And he's shocked for a second, and he's like, can I get a slice with you? Can we just go? And then we got like, he doesn't question. He's like, okay, whatever, as long as I don't go by myself, because I'm scared out of my mind. So they go, they keep going. They lose the cat goes and running. She's running, she needs her medication. She's like dying, she's like pale, like just, like she's like sick. He goes to get her some medication. The freaking cat again out here making noise, and you're just like, someone better get that fucking cat. I swear to God, someone better get that cat. It's intense. He has a literal face off with the monster just looking at him. And it was like freaking intense. I'm just like, Eddie, please don't die from another Demogorgon, please. If I had a nickel for every time Joseph Quinn has been dead by a Demogorgon, I'd only have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice, right? So then, they get her medication, everything's good. They go down to Patsy's little pizza place, and you find out that the reason she wanted to go there is because that's the last place she was with her dad. She had memories growing up there with her father. He would play piano. She would just be writing in her notebook. She was an author. That's when we find out she was an author this whole time, writing books and telling stories about her dad. And that she's like, I'm going to die of cancer from any moment. The doctor told me I had it could have been literally days or hours. At any moment, my time will be gone on this earth. So she's like, I just wanted a slice from one last time to remember my dad. They go and the freaking place is all burnt up, and you're just like, you feel for her. You're like, oh my gosh, after everything, you just wanted a slice and it's gone. So she's sad. She gets a big old bottle of bourbon, just starts drinking. Eddie Munson, I'm gonna keep calling Eddie and Munson for the rest of this review. Eddie Munson goes, finds a little pizza place. They've been communicating through little, little notes this whole time. So he grabs a marker. He's like all behind, like all happy. Like, he writes Patsy. They have a little slice. They enjoy it. And the funniest thing, she freaking bites into it and he's like saying, this is bullshit. But they have a nice little moment. And then they find out there's one last boat to go and free them. So she's like, I'm on borrowed time, but you can still survive and still go. So she gives him his jacket. She makes sure he gets on there. And that's the end of the movie. It was pretty intense. Like, it's a beautiful friendship between these two. And you can feel their they did with their body and emotions that they could never do with 1,000 words. You felt their connection. You felt like there was actual bond there that they grew through the whole movie with like maybe 10 words max. And it was beautiful. So I recommend seeing this with your significant other or your best friend. I wouldn't really say it's a family movie. Like, nothing to see. I want to see with my pops. Me personally, I watch a lot of movies with my pops. But yeah, as always, it's your boy All-Star Geek. And the beautiful dude. Again, spoiler alert for the ending of the movie because it's so beautifully made. She goes back to Patsy's. She finds a little radio with an iPod little shuffle thing. She puts on her headphones that she's been having through the whole movie. She goes into the middle of the street just vibing. And the ending literally ends with her unplugging it, putting the big speaker on, and having a final goodbye while the other monsters surround her. And that was a beautifully intense movie. And to my people who love horror movies, I'd recommend it. I'd give this a 10 out of 10. It's a beautifully made movie. It's boring as all hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a drink beforehand because it was just the quietness is kind of boring a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. So take that as what you will. It's your boy All-Star Geek signing off. As always, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Remember, I don't care if the whole world knows me. I don't care if I'm not the most popular guy in the world. All I want to be is your YouTuber. So as always, it's your boy All-Star Geek signing off.